At On a Divine Note, we explore a wide range of topics that nourish the soul and body.
From healing and wellness to relationships and spirituality, we dive into the mind, self-care, trauma, love, and so much more.
Join us as we create a space for growth, connection, and holistic well-being. Welcome to On a Divine Note.
Welcome back to On a Divine Note. We are so excited for today's episode because we have someone really special with us. Our guest, Jackie, has been walking in her purpose for years, serving as an addictions counselor for over 8 years, a certified life and mindfulness coach, and a certified community health worker. She also created Elevating with Purpose, a blog that grew out of her personal diary, a space where she first began reflecting, healing, and pouring into herself. What started as private reflections has now become a source of encouragement for others on their journeys too. Today's conversation is all about purpose, healing, and the power of community. So sit back, grab your tea, and let's welcome Jackie to the show.
Yay! Thank you. You finally got me here.
We finally got you here.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so we start our episode with a mental check-in. So how are you feeling mentally today?
I am nervous, but I'm good.
Yeah. Good.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I feel calm. I feel inspired.
Good.
All the things.
Good.
I love it.
I'm really stepping out on my faith right now, like in this moment.
Wow.
Because I'm, sometimes fear has to move you.
Yeah.
Revere's been trying to get me on the podcast for a while now.
Wow.
I couldn't come up with any more excuses. So I know that was God, just do it. And
I said no more.
Yes. I love
So
that.
I'm happy.
Yes. We're so happy you're here.
I love it.
I'm happy to have her.
Yeah.
Anybody else want to go?
Mentally today, mentally every day, honestly. I am just so excited. I've just been so excited about life, y'all.
Yeah.
It's just been beautiful. Just everything just is unfolding in the best way.
I love
Yes.
that.
And I'm just present.
Right.
And when you're present and living life to the fullest, you have no room for any insecurities or anything like that, any doubts, any fears.
Negativity.
Yes.
Moving in.
I love
Right.
it.
I agree.
I
love it. I love it.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes.
I completely agree with you. I'm feeling very present today and just excited. I was so excited for this conversation. So I cannot wait to dig in and dive into it. So yeah, I'm just excited and happy to have you here today.
Oh, that makes me feel good, y'all. Thank you.
And I'm feeling very still. I'm feeling very still, and I'm in a mode where I'm retreated, and I'm in a place where I'm in one place. I'm standing still, and I'm reevaluating everything that I have going on.
Yes, say that.
And I'm
the last 2 weeks.
Yes,
It has been, and it happened fast.
yes, where you're just you have to stay still. You have to kind of look within for a second.
Yes.
Yep.
Put the pieces where they need, so that way you can move forward and
Yeah.
Yes.
because I've had so many things that I've been doing: the podcast, frequency responders, music. I got a studio session Friday.
Yes.
I'm going to invite you to.
Yes.
So all these things, and I'm I need to be still, and I need to just decide on what's next.
Yeah.
So
That's a
I
beautiful
feel
feeling.
still.
Literally where I am right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is. And it happened fast.
It's just so crazy.
Yeah. Although I had to be still, not by choice.
Yes.
It just happened. Yeah.
And mine
God
is
set me
similar.
still.
Yes.
Yes, he did. And
Yep.
a lot of stuff just came.
I feel like that happens a lot to passionate people and creative people.
Yep.
We have so much in our minds that we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to do this, we want to do that. And so it's just okay, but what do I need to focus on right now? What are my next steps? God, help me with where do I go tomorrow?
Yes.
You know?
Right.
It's a one day at a time.
One day at a
One
time.
moment at a time.
One
Some days.
step at a time.
Yeah.
Especially if Jackie, you don't rejuvenate.
Yeah.
When you're just going.
Oh, I know. That's what I did.
Get that down.
Yeah. I literally just keep moving. And I've done that. And I realized this over the last 2 weeks.
Wow.
I've been moving like this for probably 7 years.
Girl.
Realistically.
Wow.
Realistically, I have been.
Years.
So right now, are you in a space of being still?
I am.
Wow.
I'm moving when I feel like I have to, not out of obligation.
Yes.
Or out of habit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Wow.
That's what
Yeah.
most people do.
Yeah.
Move out of habit, right?
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing, out of habit, out of obligation that I put on myself that I didn't have
Yes.
to.
Yep.
Out of burdens that I carried that I didn't have
Yes.
to. But now I'm doing what I love.
Yeah.
I'm doing what feels right,
Yeah.
not what necessarily feels good.
I know that.
So I just realized that I need to do things that feels right. Because sometimes things that feel right don't necessarily feel good.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So
Yes.
I don't
And you don't want
I don't want
That's true.
to continue to move through life doing things that just feels good.
Yeah.
It has to feel
Yes.
right for me. It has to sit in my spirit. So
like
that's
you said, moving feet.
yeah. So being present,
Yeah.
being still, even though my stillness came with COVID. That's why.
Yeah.
Girl.
Like, listen.
Jackie, I just had it
Yours
two
did, too.
to
It was
three
around the
weeks
same
ago.
time, matter of fact, because you told me. Yeah. Yep.
Said
And
the Shiver had to sit down too.
first
Yep.
couple of days, I was okay, and then it came down hard.
Girl.
And after a week, I was like, okay, I feel good. I went outside. I went for a walk. Nope.
No.
You had to sit down.
Not enough time.
No,
Not enough time.
yeah. So it took me about a full 2 weeks, maybe a little longer, to feel like myself.
Wow.
And during that time, because I'm not one to ask for help, I was put in a position where I didn't have a choice.
Right.
So, and it was just, little things.
Right.
Going to the store,
Right.
taking my son to practice,
Right.
taking my son to work, things like that.
Yeah.
It was little things that I know I had people to call on to, and I have to start remembering it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did. Because you know me, I'll just
Do it all.
Yes.
Right.
I don't even make time to sit and call and say, hey, I need,
Yeah.
it's just, I got to do this. I
Yeah.
gotta do this. I got to do this.
Yeah.
Especially like, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you are a single mom, right? Or you were at one point.
At one point, yeah.
With the boys when they were younger, right?
Right. Right. So I never classify myself as a single mom.
Right.
But I was the only present parent.
Right.
So that, the running back and forth, the doing all of that, I had to do all of that, myself. But even during some of those times, I had my sister, I could have called my niece, but I made the choices
To do it on
to carry the burden.
Yes.
I didn't have to do it.
Yes.
I made the choice to do it. And I can honestly, be real with myself and say, you doing all this, you don't even.
And you don't even need to.
Seven years of running.
Yeah.
7 years of running. Yeah. And mind you, in the midst of that,
That is
I bought a house.
Yeah, you did.
It's been 3.5 years, and I'm just now starting to appreciate what I did.
You didn't even sit in it. You didn't even.
No.
You just
Even
were
sit
going.
and-
Right. This is the clock in.
No, I didn't. You know what I did? I want to say that second week after we moved. First of all, the day that I closed, we moved everything the following day. I didn't take my time. I was just, let's do it. Let's get it. Unpacked everything, within a few weeks. And I sat on the end of my bed one day and I was like, okay, what's next?
Wow.
It wasn't a.
It's like,
You didn't even get to
I
sit in
did
it.
I
it.
didn't.
And
I haven't.
Celebrate yourself.
Nope.
That's a lot of the world.
lot of people.
I did that a lot. Until I sat down and said, I'm going to sit down.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want to know where that.
Yeah. Because you don't appreciate the things. When I say the things, like for me personally, the things that I've overcome,
Right.
the things that I dealt with in silence, the things that I took on, my work,
Yeah.
all of that. I'm always thinking, because I've overcome so much, I have to keep overcoming more. And that's not the case.
Got it.
I can be at my stopping point and be okay with that.
Right.
And then find a different direction.
It's no race.
It's not.
not a race.
Right?
Right.
So
You
it's
know?
like you said, just being still, being
Yes.
present. I appreciate slow mornings.
Girl. Yes.
Yes, don't have to rush.
I appreciate being able to get up and I love to cook. So I appreciate getting up to be able to, cook my kids breakfast, or have time to go grocery shopping during the day and, you know, have a meal on the table for them.
Yeah.
Like, I'm very traditional in some ways.
Yeah.
So it's like being present with people, being present for myself. You know, all of that, when you are not still, you don't, it passes.
Just,
Yeah.
And it's like you don't really realize it until you have to be still.
Yeah.
until you have to be.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm loving this.
Wow.
I love it.
This
Yeah.
I love it, love it, love it.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes, but again, I look at fear as a push.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless my spirit is telling me it's a reason,
Right.
you know, I do look at it as a
Because we know when it's
Yes.
just us holding ourselves back, or
Yeah.
when it's like
self-sabotage.
It's a
very
different
much.
feeling. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, so I know when it's a fear of you just need to move, opposed to okay, just sit still.
Like, this
Yeah.
is what I need to do right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
I want to even chime in on that one because we have an icebreaker today, and it kind of is talking about exactly what you're saying. Our icebreaker is if you could instantly teach a life skill to everyone in the world, what would that be?
Instantly, right?
So is this something where right
An
now you just
instant
said a
life
whole bunch of
skill,
things.
an instant life
In the
skill.
instant.
Oh, man.
It's a lot, right?
I got
It
mine. I'm let her go first.
I think I got mine too.
I think I got
a
mine.
few. Let me pick one.
Self-awareness.
Yes.
Ooh,
I love
yes.
that.
That's a great one.
Because it's like that's the umbrella.
It is.
But with self-awareness, you are able to be in tune with your mind,
Yes.
your body, physically. Like, I pay attention to how my body feels when I'm thinking a certain way, when I'm around certain people.
Yes.
Wow.
When I'm in certain situations, when I'm making decisions. I listen to my mind, you know, my body, my spirit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even, you know, like in the physical sense with your health. A lot of times because of the running, I will run myself down. And I don't get sick often.
Right.
But when I do, it takes me down because I'm not taking care of myself, right? So with that, I would say over the last year, I've gotten very serious about, you know, my health. I stopped eating meat by force, not choice, because, and it happened gradually. Like, I was just, you know, eating regular and then chewing, swallowing, it just wasn't working.
Wow.
Then I started getting sick
Oh, my God.
because I'm like, no, I've been eating, you know, meat all my life.
Right,
So
right.
it started like with red meat first, then chicken, then it just kind of trickled down,
Oh,
you
my
know,
God.
from there.
Mm.
But yeah, like
Wow.
That's that
I just-
conviction.
Yeah,
even like
right.
I'm not in the gym per se, but I've tried to, you know, like moving my body is important to me now. Whether that's just like running in place in my room, going outside for a walk, getting some sun. You know, self-awareness, you understand what you need
Yes.
in all realms, right? Relationships with people
Right.
Yeah.
that you have to sometimes let go of.
Yeah.
And that's with friends, you know, platonic friendships, romantic relationships, relationships with family.
Yeah.
You know, certain things you have to be self-aware if is it good for you, if it's not.
Yes.
Right.
And if it's not, if you are self-aware, you can stand in your choice.
Yeah.
And know that that's the right choice.
And we show up better as people.
Yes,
too,
we show up
in the
better for
world.
ourselves doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow,
Yes,
that was
that's
a
a beautiful,
good
That is
one.
a good
beautiful one.
Man.
What about anybody else? Did you want to go on?
Mine was similar to her. So mine is I would instantly have everyone to know how to love themselves and to have self-love.
Yes.
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 Because I feel that there's so much hate that we have toward each other, envy, jealousy. We commit crimes. I feel like literally the one solution to
Self-love.
solve everything is self-love.
Love yourself.
Because if we were self-aware, if we loved ourselves, we would not treat the other person like we do.
Yeah.
We would be satisfied and happy with our life and ourselves rather than trying to like rob Peter to pay Paul or rob. You know what I
Right.
mean? To try to make yourself feel better or bigger.
Yeah.
So I would say self-love is
That's
like
a good one.
I agree.
instantly everybody in
I
the
agree.
world, what?
Ooh.
Self-love
Yes.
immediately.
Yeah.
You can
Yes.
extend
Amazing.
grace better that way. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
And that's important.
That's so important.
Because we be needing grace.
Right.
Yes, exactly.
So as much as, just as a human being, everybody needs it.
Of
Yeah,
course.
And then
exactly.
if you don't give yourself grace,
You can't
Then how you gonna give it
how
to
are
can't
you
give
gonna
it
give
to
it to
other
someone
people.
else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
give it to
So
And
that's
I'm like,
a,
oh my
that's
gosh.
big superpower to have.
Yeah.
Yes, like
Yes.
if some like at one of my friends, which is really hard on this person, and I'm like, why are you so hard on them?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
don't you want to? Well, this is how I am with myself.
They're
I'm
hard
like,
on themselves. Yep.
dang.
But
Wow.
that's
Yeah.
another
You see
part of
different.
self-awareness, you
Yep.
know,
Yeah.
being protective of conversations you have with certain people. Because if you know that they're committed to misunderstanding
Right.
and not understanding you,
Right.
no point.
There's
in
no
even,
point.
you know.
Yes.
I pray for people like that.
Yeah.
Just keep it moving.
Yes.
But I'm always open though.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, when you're ready, I'm ready.
Then I'm
Yeah.
ready. 100%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing. What about you, Nana?
Wow. So mine kind of ties in with the grace thing. Mine would be empathy. I would instantly give everybody
yes.
empathy, which ties in with
Yeah,
the
it does.
self-love,
Yes.
the self-awareness, because if it just goes back to the grace, like being able to give people grace. And some people really can't feel empathy for other people, like
Yeah.
genuinely really can't,
They
which is
can't.
wild to me, but I know it's like a chemical thing. But
Right.
so I would definitely give everybody empathy for sure, so that we could just love each other better, be better to each other. just
Right.
all
I
around.
agree.
Yep. That's the listen. Y'all
Yeah.
got some amazing ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's
Right.
good?
Mine actually would be more so of listening. And listening is it can be very broad. If you in the instant, if people can actually listen,
Yeah.
and be in alignment of what exactly is being shown to them,
Yes.
and listening not just with your ears, but with every part, like your body, your soul, your ears, your eyes, the hair that's coming up. You have to pay attention. 'Cause
Right.
if people actually start listening, they will be a better them. That's number one. You'll start to look within and stop. Most of the time, people look outside for answers when everything that's instilled in them since the time they made it here in this realm,
It's internal.
it is.
Yeah. A lot of it is internal.
Yeah, exactly. So if you listen and you listen to what is being said and shown to you, you are powerful. But most of the time, a lot of people are looking outside for answers that's already within. So if you're paying attention to what's going on inside and you're listening, becoming one with yourself and shutting the windows and the doors of the outside world, you are
That's
a
your superpower.
freaking
You know, some people they scared to look in the mirror.
powerful.
It
The
can be
mirror,
scary.
it's a hard thing to do.
We talk about that all the time. We always say it's the
yeah.
hardest thing
It's the
in the
hardest
world that
thing.
you can do.
It is the hardest thing to do, but it's necessary.
So
So
necessary.
Very
worth it.
necessary.
It's necessary.
Have to.
And that's
Yeah.
why peaceful healing is so good, is because with peaceful healing, because I take my classes.
Yeah.
I'm an instructor now, but
Yeah.
I still take my classes,
Mhm.
you know?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But it helps me to look within, like, this year, are you listening to your body? Are you listening to what your intuition is saying?
Yeah.
Are you listening to, you know? Because your body's going to tell you, my body been told me that I needed a break. And then I got COVID.
And you allowed yourself to
So-
To
Yeah.
push it until you can't no
Yeah.
more.
And then
Yeah.
God had to sit me down.
Yeah.
Like,
That's exactly
my body
what
been
it is.
telling me, my mind been telling me, like, there's layoffs happening at my job right now, and I could be affected. I've been new, like, girl, you need to move, you need
You
to
been
move. But
saying
I'm
that.
so comfortable. I'm in a comfortable prison. You know
That's
what
a
I mean? I'm
comfortable prison.
I'm
Yeah.
comfortable. Okay, my
Yeah.
paycheck.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know you're
Yeah.
not supposed to be here.
Yeah. But
And you
again,
put
just like
yourself
God
there.
sits you down,
Mm-hmm.
you pray about it, He gonna remove it. You might not like the way you do it.
Right.
He'll do it.
But he's
And that's why I'm sitting still right now.
He will
That's
do
what-
it. He'll do it, and then He'll work it out too.
And then he'll
that
work it
becomes a
out.
part of, like you
Exactly.
said, you have to listen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Got it.
God.
Big deal, y'all.
gotta let-
Y'all.
Listening.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because I want to just even piggyback off of Deshira. Although I am the creator of Peaceful Healing, she is my instructor. And
Oh, our class last week.
the things that we do, because I'm always a student. I'm a forever student no matter what. I
Yep.
say it every single time. If you
Yep.
watch any episode, you'll know I'm a forever student.
Forever.
Yep.
And the way that she teach,
Oh, thank you.
It's from a whole nother.
Aw.
It's from a whole nother world.
Yeah.
And it's things that I be just looking at like, wow, I needed that.
Mm-hmm.
And the practices that we do, y'all, I be just like,
We did a really deep spiritual practice
it
last
was so
week.
good.
You got to do it one night.
Y'all, I'm gonna do it.
It's so good. It was a protection practice that we did. We both felt like our skin, our
It
blood
felt
was just vibrating for
It was
like
on a whole different. You were
10 minutes.
vibrating.
Wow.
You
And
were.
I was
you
like,
were
oh my
at
God.
peace, right?
right.
Yeah.
It was complete peace.
Wow.
And then turned around and did it to my daughter-in-law that night. It was just a complete peace, and you just felt.
And she felt so good.
Oh,
yeah.
I felt like I had the best sleep that night.
So yeah.
Best.
Them good ones, some good meditations, that'll do it.
We got to get, and it wasn't even a meditation. Girl,
was
we
just
got
a
to talk. We
Okay.
gonna do
Yes,
Yeah, I want to know more about that.
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
I'm all about peace, and I love my sleep.
Yes.
Like, because look,
Because if I don't get it,
then look, honey.
No good. No good.
yeah.
All right, Jackie. So look, we didn't even get to the meeting.
I know.
So, before we get into your work and your journey, I want you to tell us in your own words who you are, what lights you up, and what keeps you going. And this is before we're getting into
Any
the
work.
journey questions.
So personally, what keeps me going, honestly, is myself, because I want to keep going. That answer used to be, oh, my kids. And
Right.
Yes.
y'all know how I feel. You know how I feel about my boys, right?
Yes.
Them babies.
But if I'm not doing it for me, then everything else is, going to trickle. So what keeps me going is the fact that I want to keep going. Is because I did go through a period in my life where I didn't. So me wanting to keep going is important to me, because I tried to give up on life more than once.
Wow.
So that's what, every day I wake up, before my eyes even open, I'm thanking God for another day.
That's so beautiful.
I'm praying for guidance,
Yep.
clarity. I mean, every single day.
Right.
Because I do want to keep going. I
Yes.
want to keep living.
Gosh.
I want to see what happens next. I want to see how good it gets.
Wow.
And I even recently realized to myself, last year I went through a lot. It was like kind of a dark space for me at one point. But thinking back on it, because I'm so like just in a stage of being grateful.
Right.
I didn't realize I was in a dark space.
Wow.
Because I carried it like, I'm gonna be all right. I'm gonna be okay. Things gonna work out. And that's just how I look at everything now. Even on days where it might be a little stressful. I never know that I've had a stressful day until I look back.
And say, oh,
I'm
wow.
like, oh, that day was a
that
little.
was a lot.
Yeah, like that day was
Wow.
that was heavy.
You're just
But
used
I
to
don't-
operating in it and moving forward.
Right. So now, because I don't look at things as stressful, sometimes I'm thankful for it. Like, even because I'm a stickler for time and organization.
Right,
But
right.
even when I have delays, I thank God for it, because it's a reason. So I know, as cliche as it might sound, everything does happen for a reason.
Yeah, it absolutely
And
does.
I truly, truly believe in that now.
Yeah.
But outside of because I simply want to live, next would definitely be my kids.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yes.
And how did you pull yourself out of that? Because
Exactly what I was about to ask. Yeah.
right, because people, and I've struggled with this. I always say all the time, I just don't want to be on earth no more. I want to be in heaven. I want to be with God. I'm exhausted here in this. Like, I just want to, just for a day. Let me go there and not come back, right?
Yeah.
But for you, you've had those experiences more than once.
Yeah.
And then you're sitting here today and you're like, well, I want to live. I want to be here. I want to. How did you get to that point, or how did you pull yourself out of that or work through that?
That's a good question.
That's a loaded question.
Right.
It was a lot of things. Because like I said, when I say I've been in those spaces, like I actually did attempt.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. So when it didn't happen, I was like, okay, God want me here for a reason.
Wow.
But I was still in a space of like later on down the line, like a year after that happened, I was still, when something didn't go right, or I experienced any type of grief or loss or trauma,
Right.
I was still like, I had days where I would get mad when I woke up.
Yeah.
Like, God dang, like I'm still going through this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I would pray to God, like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
I can't do this no more. I don't know what strength you think I have. I don't have it. Like, I would say those things. I would say them.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what I've realized is words hold weight.
It does.
The more you tell yourself, I'm
Powerful.
tired, you won't be tired.
I'm tired.
The more you tell yourself, I can't do this, you're not going to be able to do it. So the way I pulled myself out of it is I stopped speaking those things into existence, number one.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
And honestly, the support of my family, the support of my children, and being vulnerable and being honest about how I'm feeling instead of saying, I'm good.
Yes.
So many of us.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Right.
Seriously, because we just had that conversation.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
People
Instead
are
of
not honest on their feelings.
Yeah. So I had to start first being honest with myself. Because I used to say things like, my kids would be better off if I'm not here. I'm not able to show up for this person in this way. Or, it was just a lot of
Lies. That wasn't being true.
a lot of
Yeah.
lies. A lot of self-down talking. I mean, this happened after I've accomplished things that I didn't think I would be able to, and I'm still like I have to do
something
more.
there.
I gotta
Yeah.
do more.
Listen,
So now I just, to continuously stay out of that space. Like I haven't been, mindset hasn't been in that space in years.
Wow.
Wow.
But-
that's amazing.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
like in the midst of that, I had to know who my village was.
Let you had them the whole time.
And let them
Yes.
show up for me.
yes.
Bless them. Yep.
I had to let them show up for me. The honesty part was hard though, because when you like work in the field that I work in, or even when you're the go-to, I have a lot of people who entrust their feelings with me.
Yeah.
Because of,
Right.
how I respond to them, how I listen, how I care. And empathy, for me, I used to say it's a gift and a curse.
It can be.
Because I did not know how to remove myself when I couldn't,
Yeah.
Yeah.
hold it, right? So I had the honesty about I'm not feeling good today.
Yeah.
Right.
Or I feel this about myself today.
Yeah.
With people that I knew my vulnerability could be safe with.
Yeah.
Right.
Because that was a hurdle in itself, knowing that I'm safe with these people.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
Because when you experience, being around situations or people that don't make you feel like you safe.
Right.
A response that I used to despise hearing when I would, vent or, oh, well, you strong, you'll be okay.
Yeah. But I'm not right
Like,
now.
what?
Everything's gonna be okay. It'll be okay.
But I'm not
Like,
right now.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I needed to be able to be vulnerable, with a safe community.
Yeah.
And I needed to figure out what that looks like for me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So again, that also came with evaluating relationships with, certain people.
Right.
And what you need.
Yeah, and what I need, because, and I look at it and I had to really think like, I can be all these things to so many people. I need to start being that for myself.
Yes.
Because when you show up for yourself, then your village shows up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Gosh.
Yeah,
That-
they show up. And honestly, I feel like in our culture, especially when you're in a position where you're raising children, being the only present parent, I was always hard on myself about, I can't let my kids see me like this. Right? No, I stopped doing that.
Yeah.
Right.
I stopped doing
Yes, 'cause
that. I
they need to
started letting them see it's okay to
Have a day.
have those days where it's like, I just need silence.
Right.
I need to be quiet. I need to turn my mind off.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm struggling with this. I'm struggling with that. And as they've gotten older, I'm proud of them because they have seen me at some of my darkest moments that no one has because, we're in the house together.
Right.
But, some kids, they don't understand or they
Right.
don't want to understand. They just, they children.
Yeah.
So it's some things they're not going to understand.
Yeah.
But my boys, I can have a day, right? Where I'm like, I'm good.
Right.
You sure? The little one, Kedrick, you
So
seem
cute.
off.
They're so
He like-
smart.
They are.
He like,
very
you seem
smart.
off. You sure you good? All right, well, if you want to talk, it's
Yeah.
that type of stuff. And I used to feel bad, because I'm like, my children shouldn't be carrying these burdens. They shouldn't have these type of feelings. But it's teaching them how to be empathetic.
And how to
Yes,
show
how to
up.
show up.
It's teaching them how to show up. And I see that in how they carry their relationships with other people.
Yes.
Like their friends, their family, how they show up for them.
Yeah.
So it took so many things to pull myself out of that. And I say all the time, I'm not gonna lie, I did a lot of it in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did a lot of it in the dark. I mean, I remember sometimes I used to be in the bathroom crying in a towel so nobody would hear me.
Yeah.
And I think back on it, and I used to ask God, like, why? Like, why are you letting me go through this alone? But I'm starting to see the purpose of it. Some people, because of the position that they're put in, the purpose that your life has,
Yeah.
you got to go through them things.
Yeah.
You have to do it
you
alone.
have
You have to do
you
it
have to go
alone.
through them. And when I tell people my stories, sometimes they like, really, like you
Wouldn't
went through
even-
what?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a lot of it was done in the dark. I mean, my mother, my sister, and the closest next to my kids,
Right. Right.
they know when something is going on.
Right.
And even sometimes I hid.
And you
I
hid
was
it.
good at hiding. And that is not something I recommend.
Right.
Yeah.
I do not recommend going through those kind of dark times alone. I feel like that was my purpose.
Yeah.
Right.
That was God's purpose for me.
You.
Yeah.
Right.
So that I can help other
Right.
people.
Yeah.
Because dealing with, unhealed stuff,
Yeah.
mismanagement of your mental health or no management of it at all, because you don't even know
What's going
what
on.
that is,
Right.
it's not easy to do.
Yeah.
And I would never. If somebody tells me, like, I don't have anyone, you got me.
Right,
I'll
yeah.
put myself in that position because
know.
I would hate to see or even think that somebody's going through
Yeah.
That alone.
that alone because it is not. And that's regardless whether you single, married, have children, don't have children.
Regardless.
It doesn't matter what position in life you are in. You should never go through stuff like that alone.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's heavy.
And you had to do it so you did all the outside stuff. Okay, you got the job, you got the house, you got this,
Right.
you got this. I did this, I did this, I did
all
this, I did.
material.
And you're like, okay, but I still feel like, why do I still feel like this? You
Yeah.
eventually had to go within. And
Yeah.
when you
Yes.
did that,
Yeah.
it's like your boys are seeing your journey in that, and
Yeah.
you are fulfilling their cups way more from your internal work rather
Yes.
than the outside.
outside.
work.
Yes.
Yeah.
Getting them the house
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Definitely.
appreciate that so much.
1,000%.
Yeah.
Like those are the gems that
Yeah.
you're really like.
Yeah.
MJ, both of them were at the
At the Family Flourish
Family
Project.
Flourish
Yeah, that's why I couldn't come. 'Cause I was sick.
I know,
She was sick.
girl, and I had just got better.
Kendrick, the one
Yeah.
who spoke.
Yeah.
Kevin's brother.
Kevin's
So,
brothers.
so smart.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh, my boyfriend was like, "Yeah, that one MJ, I really like that kid." He was,
Yeah, that's
he was
my
oh my
baby.
gosh, such an old soul.
He is.
Yeah,
on-
he is.
Yeah.
He
like,
really
Sorry to
is.
cut you off.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
Sabree, she had she had broke down and she was emotional, and MJ was up
He was
there.
right
Yeah,
there.
he knew. He
And
brought
he
us
knew
there.
how to
Right.
like.
Oh,
He
that
just
made
knew
me
how to
so
handle
proud.
it.
Yes,
Yeah, he knew
yes,
how to
he's
handle
a
it.
good,
So you
good
did
kid.
a
Yeah.
And he's
phenomenal
very
job.
respectful.
So
Like,
respectful. Mhm.
very respectful. He just was just kept hugging me. He was like, thank you. And I'm like, and MJ wasn't even supposed to speak, y'all.
It was supposed to be
Supposed to
Kedrick.
be Kendrick. So.
Yes. But you know what? I
Yeah.
realized from that, Kedrick is definitely like me when it comes
Yeah,
to
shy.
that. Because
He's
he
like,
was
I'm
ready.
not doing that.
He was ready.
It just
He was
was a
like,
lot of
"Ma, I'm excited to do this, da da da." But the day came and so when he got home,
Uh-huh.
and I asked him, I said, "Well, why you didn't speak?" He said, "I wasn't ready."
Okay.
And he was honest. He said because he was concerned about if anything that he's gone through that he wasn't ready to talk about. came
Right.
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
And I was like, "Oh, I get that."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Right.
get it. That
And he
makes-
he wasn't
yeah.
ready for it.
Yeah. So I said, okay. I'm glad again, that's the self-awareness,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
I'm more so, on the side of, I don't care how old they are. I'm still going to be in their head about
Right.
self-awareness, being, honest about your feelings.
Yeah.
And, again, in our culture, you know, we raise our boys, you know, don't cry,
I
and
feel.
that's
no
the
emotions.
craziest thing.
I do the opposite.
Yeah.
What I do tell them, we don't sit in those emotions.
Right.
You know, you don't want to sit in it,
Right.
especially when it doesn't make you feel good. Let it go, run through
Let it
it.
flow.
Right.
Even if it's not me to talk to,
Yeah.
you have XYZ, you know, who you feel safe with, express
trust
yourself.
Yeah.
I'm big on therapy. We all did therapy.
Yeah.
But I just tell them, you know, self-expression, being self-aware, knowing when you gotta take a step back.
Yes.
Don't be afraid. You know, all of that stuff I
Exactly.
instill into them because, especially, you know, with MJ, he about to go out in the world. You know, he start
Yeah.
college tomorrow.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
So yeah, with, you know, all of that. But like I said, and I know it's working. I know, because even with being a mother, I've been so hard on myself.
On yourself.
And sometimes I'm like, I don't know why. You know, I don't. And I ask them because I leave them space to tell me if I've done something.
Right.
I love that.
Or if I've said anything, you know, to make you feel, you know, some type of way. Kedrick is actually the one that has taught me to listen.
I love
Better.
that. He's the youngest.
Because he used to do this. We would be talking about something, right? And we talk a lot.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, let me finish, Mom, let me finish.
Oh, yeah. Because you want to talk over.
That
Right,
don't
you
that
already
sound like
telling
Kevin?
no.
Ma, don't
Be
that
like,
sound like
hear
Kevin?
me out.
Yeah.
Hear me out,
Just
man. Let
like
me
Kevin.
hear me out. Hear me out. Yeah, that is him. So he was the one that, you know, I've learned how to be quiet when I'm in conversation because it's so important, you know, and it's the respectful thing. So I want him to understand, like, yes, that's even if it's me that you holding accountable, know that you can hold people accountable as long as you are respectful.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's so
Exactly.
true.
Yeah.
Even just to say what you said, Jackie, like you said, I'm listening because most of the time, most people, they already are ready for the response off of one
Yep.
thing that you
Yeah.
said. So
They
they're
listen
not
to
even
respond,
listening
not understand.
to
Yeah.
exactly that point. So I
Yeah.
love that he put you in your place as
Yeah.
a, what, 13-year-old?
Girl, this was like 2 years ago.
About
like
11. Oh my God.
You know, he an old little man too. So,
I love it.
Wow.
but yeah, I've the way that I'm teaching him is as I've learned for myself. You know, advocating for yourself.
Yeah.
Advocate.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And you know, most kids they don't
They don't know.
how to do
Yeah.
that. And even some adults, when they come across children that know how to do it, they don't know how to receive it.
They don't know how to receive it.
They
They get threatened.
They feel
They
like
don't know how to
it's
receive it.
And it's
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So the things that I've learned and I've taught myself, I'm just passing it
Passing
on.
it down.
Yeah.
To your boys.
Yeah.
And that's just so important. And that's what I try to do with Yanni. And I'm also very hard on myself when it comes to just parenting and just in general.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, this year you got to do this. And that's where the self-love comes in, where I'm working on, I love myself, but I'm not at that point where I want to be. Like,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
But let's get into your journey into counseling.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
I want to hear that. Yes.
Okay. You know what? You can go ahead. Just what led you into the field?
So I actually was interviewed to be a case manager. And when the offer came in for the job, the hiring manager, she asked me, well, would you be interested in counseling? After your interview, the things that you spoke about, that she mentioned how passionate I was about helping people and, things like that. And I had no idea, about counseling. I've always did like case management.
Right.
The funny thing about that, the reason why I was interviewing for a new job is because the job that I was currently in, I wasn't burnt out, but I was not feeling fulfilled.
Right.
Yeah.
And I was actually on that job when I started my blog. Like I was just angry one day, and I just started writing because I got pulled into the office because I did too much for the client that I was working with.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I allowed them to, I listened to them and their struggles. And so the case management that I was doing, the company that I worked for, we did, so a lot of the clients, they were like in not a drug program, but like if they received a DUI,
Yeah, they have to.
they would come through our program so they could keep their job.
Okay.
So our job as the case managers, we basically set them up for testing, you know, because they had to get randoms and things like that. So one guy, he called in for general information, but then he started telling me, you know, this is going to be so hard on me. I have a family to take care of. When I have to get testing, sometimes my boss won't let me go. So I was just giving him some feedback. I don't feel like I did anything.
Right.
Being there for
But
the client.
that's it. So they told me that the phone call was too long. Like all the logistic stuff, it just became too much for me. Because when I'm when I'm helping, I don't put a time limit on that.
You're doing it because you're passionate about it, not for the money. Not
Yeah,
for the
so
job.
that's why I found this. I said, well, I can just do case management here. You know, I was just wanting to stay in case management and just be at a different company.
Yeah.
So that's honestly how it happened. Wow. I interviewed for the case manager position, but the hiring manager wanted me to do addictions counseling, and specifically addictions, because they already had one and they just needed another addictions person.
Okay.
Oh my
I did not have a background.
Oh,
in
wow.
addictions.
You just went in and wow,
Yeah.
that's
Wow.
Yeah. Yep. So the other addictions counselor, she was certified. So I kind of we worked as partners. So I learned a lot from her.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just I just fell into it. And it just went from there.
wow.
Where I worked, we worked what's called an assertive community treatment. So I wasn't like an in-office counselor. We went out in the community. So that was a whole another.
Yeah.
I could imagine.
A lot. Yeah.
Like a lot
Yeah.
too. Yeah. Seems
Yeah.
like a lot.
Wow.
And it some days, it was, and then some days it was. I loved it.
It was refreshing.
I loved
to
it.
you. Helping.
Some people be like, how, my mother, she was worried a lot because working in the community, you don't know what you're going to walk into.
Yes.
You have scheduled visits with people, but I had clients, they were homeless. So I had to go find them under the bridge or, wherever they were outside, I would have to go find them.
And you still got to do your job. So
Yeah. And working in that, in addictions, you have some that are in active addiction, and then you have some who are in active recovery.
Okay.
So it's like it's different stages, different people. And I mean, I had 30 clients, and all those we would have to see them at least 4 times a month.
Oh, wow.
So again, that's where that started.
Yep.
Yeah.
In the midst of doing that, the pandemic came. And a lot of people, they were transitioning into being at home.
Right.
It was the opposite for us.
Okay.
So work revved up. During that period is when I started to get tired.
Okay.
That's when I was like, am I supposed to be doing this? Should I still be doing this? There's a lot of politics.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes that unless you work in the field, you won't know.
Okay.
And it can be morally compromising depending on who you are and why you start the work in the first place.
Right.
Yep.
So for me, I love the work because I want to see people do better, get better, and just be who. And then you have some that doesn't care. They just in it for the job.
Right.
I can't even say in it for the money because
I'm
considering the work itself, it's not. I feel like you can never be paid enough.
Yeah.
Right.
Because
honestly,
it was many days I took my work home with me.
Yeah.
Not on purpose, but it's just it's here.
Yeah.
It's here.
Yeah. And that's true.
And being an addictions counselor, you do experience loss, unfortunately, sometimes.
Oh, man.
And that's how do you deal with that? Because you are a passionate person, and when you know that one of your clients passed away, and now are they all older or younger or all ages?
All ages. All ages.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you become desensitized before you realize it.
Wow.
You just say, oh, okay, well, they passed away, although you feel bad.
On to the next.
Because it becomes normal in your life because it's your job.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you go through a period. Well, I went through a period where I feel like I did kind of shut down. I was still working, I was still working, but I did. I shut down. I feel like I want to say it really didn't hit me until the year after 2020. During that time, my kids were still in school. So on top of my work wrapping up, I found myself like my daily, I would get up with them, make sure they're online for school. My youngest, I had to actually be online with him because the learning experience virtual school for him was terrible.
Oh man.
It wasn't good. And it wasn't him. It was the teachers,
Right.
That was, it wasn't a good thing. So I was, getting up, making sure they were okay. And they logged off, I want to say like around 2:00 every day. So while I was home with them, by the time they're getting offline, I'm getting dressed to go out for work.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So during that time, COVID is still, it's still out there.
Right.
So on top of, I still have to go out and work. I gotta come home, and I'm worried about, am I going to bring?
Right.
Yeah, but it was like I was kind of. I'm not going to say I was put in a position where I didn't have a choice because I could have quit, but I got a family to provide.
Right.
So to me, that's not a choice.
Yeah.
Right. I gotta go do what I gotta do. Right.
Have to do what I gotta do
right now.
Yeah, but what I have realized again recently,
Yes.
during that time, that's when I got back in the kitchen.
Okay.
I was able to be more present with my kids
That's
because
good.
like when you are, when you raising children, you working and you kind of forget to be present with them.
Right.
Yes.
So I got a chance to be, more present with them, be there for my mom because we lost my grandmother in 2019.
Sorry to hear that.
So she was still kind of, going through it because she took care of her.
Oh.
So I was trying to, kind of get her back to life.
Yes.
So this, in a sense. So, me and my sister being there to support her.
Yes.
So I feel like while some people say the pandemic was not good for them, it was great for me.
Yeah.
Because on top of that, I paid more attention to myself.
Yeah, that's when I feel like most people did.
Yeah, I started paying more attention to myself. I know mental health was spotlighted a lot during that time.
Right.
I was already
And
in the process of that before it happened.
I love that.
yeah.
So it just, I wouldn't mind going back on shutdown.
Right. Right.
She's like, I don't want to go to nobody's office.
Like, I'm okay being home.
Yeah,
But
that was the beautiful thing about COVID for a lot of people. You got to really, you didn't have a choice but to pay attention.
Yeah, you had
be
to.
present.
Yep.
with
No choice.
yourself,
Like
what's
you
going
had
on
to
in your house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was good for me. Other than the fact that I didn't slow down.
Yeah. Can I ask a quick question about COVID and the addictions piece of it? Did you find during COVID that more people were, like, the rate of addiction was skyrocketing?
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And honestly, it was more with alcohol.
Okay. Because because
They're
there's
home.
a lot going on.
People had to sit with themselves.
Yeah.
So I was wondering.
So
That's so
it was
unfortunate.
more with alcohol than with with drugs because, like you said, escapism is a thing.
Yeah.
And when you find that substance, and when I say like addictions, people like to kind of just limit it to drugs and alcohol, but it's
so many things.
drugs, alcohol, spending money. You saw people Amazon. I mean, I was.
You know what? That's a real
shopping.
Yeah.
What is it?
Sex.
Sex. I was going to say sex.
It's so many food.
Yeah.
It's so many
COVID babies.
Yeah.
There were so many COVID babies.
Yeah. So it's escapism, right? So because when that feeling start to come, you might not be literally looking in the mirror, but the mirror is right there.
It's there.
You don't got your 9 to 5 to escape to.
Yeah, so when you're trying to find, it's like a mouse, kind of, they don't have nowhere to go. So, but you have to find something that's going to like numb you.
Right.
Not realizing it doesn't matter how much you numb, the mirror is going to come back.
Yeah.
So,
not going nowhere.
Yeah, it wasn't. It did rev up, but it was more with, we had a lot of clients that relapsed.
Wow. I can imagine.
Yeah, we had clients who relapsed. But yeah, it was difficult because it's like you don't know what to say to them sometimes. And working in this field, what it did teach me professionally, but also applying my personal life, you have to meet people where they are.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm sure it's
I love
hard
that.
when you have a client and seeing them relapse and they've been doing so good for so long, and you got to have that conversation and kind of start all over again.
Definitely have to meet people
where they
you
are.
know where they are, because you can't push. You can't push.
You really can't.
You can't push.
And you know, Jackie, I know that you are, doing, in your counseling and stuff like that, but you also are a certified life coach.
Yeah.
That ties in a big deal. What made you even want to go that route?
Because I knew I was almost done with counseling here. I knew it was it did, after I stayed doing addictions counseling, but I went to a different company.
Yeah.
And again, you see I'm moving, right?
Yeah,
I'm still, and I'm just thinking, oh God, I just need to be around. And shout out to my team at Shepherd Pratt, because I will say, out of all the jobs that I have held, that was the most amazing team that I worked with.
Wow.
Because I can't, like, we just all brought something to the table.
Yeah.
So with the assertive community treatment team, you have different disciplines. So you have a therapist, you have a doctor, you have addictions counselors, you have case management, employment, you have all these things.
That's good. They put it all in.
So we all have these disciplines, and don't get me wrong, like, we bumped heads some days, because we all had our own goals for certain people.
Right.
But I will say during that time, it was still such a struggle, because I'm like, dang, I don't know if I feel like doing this. Some days I would just be like, I don't feel like doing this.
Yeah.
So when I started doing that, because when you start to feel like that, it affects how you work.
Right.
And at the end of the day, you are supposed to be there for these people.
Yeah.
You have to show up for them.
Yeah.
Not just as your job.
Yeah.
As a human, you have to show up for them.
Yeah.
Right.
So when I wasn't able to put my all into it,
Yes.
I had to, realize counseling is a bit much for me now. So that's why I said, let's do coaching. I can do coaching.
Yeah.
Because, like with counseling, you have to sometimes make not medical decisions, but recommendations.
Yeah.
And things like that. And I just didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't. And I had to be honest with I felt bad because I'm like, dang, God put me in this position. I wasn't even qualified for this job.
But you were.
You were.
And I did it. So I didn't want to feel ungrateful, but I was like, it's just, I just have to be honest and know that it's time to move.
Yeah.
But you helped a
and
lot
you
of
did
people
it.
along the way.
Yeah.
And you did.
And I actually got my certification while I was still working.
While you were still
Wow.
and you helped a lot of people along the way.
Yeah,
you
I
really
did.
And even in that, I call Jackie all the time, y'all. Jackie, I got a friend, or I got somebody,
Right.
and they need a home, and they need this, and Jackie on it. When I tell you, she don't play.
Yeah, I still got. I know
all
the
types of
resources.
information over.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, the people never use what she gave them because they weren't ready to get out of
ready,
the
right.
situation. However, she's always there.
Yeah.
She's always there. She always know who to contact, what to do, how to do it, and it's always good to have beautiful friends like that
Right.
in your circle, because she always giving that, and that all ties in with life coach. And so I really am grateful that you did that, and now you're certified in that.
Yeah,
because
It's
you
just
do
beautiful.
so well.
Yeah.
It is.
Y'all, this hour went by so quick.
I know. I'm not.
Oh my gosh. I'm like,
I've been looking at the cards. I got so many more questions.
Yeah.
we have to bring you back.
Yeah.
For sure.
Definitely have to come back. And I'm gonna have to bring my sister in next time, because we are actually. So I'm not doing the counseling anymore. I'm just doing coaching. But we are in the process, in the beginning stages of starting transitional housing.
Oh, good.
So we're going to have different entities. Like, I specifically want to do transitional housing for young men from the ages of 18 to 25.
Okay.
And my sister is going to have an entity with, that promotes sober living. So because I've done addictions, I did tell her I don't want to go back into that realm.
Yeah.
But I still have, empathy and passion in that area.
Wow.
Right now, I just really want to, and again, because I have boys, my heart always, is young men, because they so lost. A lot of them, they so lost. And I feel like because they're held to a certain standard.
Yeah.
Right.
That, okay, you 18, they're still a child.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of them. And I look at my kids and I just, I'm so grateful to have them.
So,
But it is very sad to think about all of the other young men that
Right.
don't have the support.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't know where to begin.
Yeah.
They have no idea what it means to protect themselves emotionally and mentally.
Right.
right.
They don't know. All they know is, okay, you 18, go get a job or
That's
go
it.
to school,
Yep.
and that's it. All the stuff in between is lost. So when they do become men, they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And they're not a man.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and
It's
it's
still
even
a team
like,
behind that.
yeah, and it's even like little stuff, teaching them how to clean up, teaching them how to
Yes.
cook,
Teach them how to cook themselves.
things like that. So that's what we're in the beginning stages of.
So how can people connect with you all, or with you for now? Like, is there a website? Should they just
Right.
follow you on social media, or how can it connect?
So I still have my blog.
Okay.
Good.
Elevating with Purpose.
It's Elevating with Purpose.
Yeah.
And you can pull it up. It's on Blogspot. So you can just type in Elevating with Purpose and it'll come up. Now, I will say, I have a lot of material on there, but I have not written in years.
Wow.
Okay.
But I'm going back into that
Okay.
because I've decided, I know I shared with you that I wanted to do a podcast. But again, those 2 weeks being still, I feel like I was doing the podcast because it felt good, but it
It's
didn't
not where
feel
your
right
spirit
for
is
me.
right now.
Yeah.
My passion, number one, has always been writing.
Exactly.
It's always been writing.
Well, then that's what
Always.
you have to start
So?
doing.
So I'm definitely going back. So I actually have my first blog. I've actually been blog, but writer's block comes and all that
Yeah.
stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm in a period of my life where I'm living in surrender instead of survival.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm going to write about.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
That part.
If you don't say that
Yeah.
again,
Talk about that in the car.
Because
Literally.
it's hard. It's hard when you have been living to survive.
Yes.
But you miss the part of living when you
my
like
God.
that.
What? It's the
And
truth.
it doesn't really come to you until you have to just be in surrender of literally everything. Like when I say everything, I went to pick up food for my son the other day and they wasn't coming fast enough. I
right.
was like, Dad was taking so long. And then I sat there and I was like, you know what? God, remember I'm saying I'm trying to live in surrender. And the order was ready just like that.
Just like that.
And I
Right.
laughed to myself like, girl, chill out.
You taking you rushing. You know what?
Chill out.
I have to ask this question. We are coming down to it, but the one question that I really do want to ask you, Jackie, is what one lesson that keeps showing up for you in your life? One lesson.
That's a good one.
That is a really good one. I had to ask it.
That I don't have to rush everything. Everything
bad.
doesn't have to be rushed.
You just said that.
Everything doesn't have to be rushed. That lesson is keep coming. Like
Yes.
it really does. Sit down.
Yes.
Like sitting that you have to sit.
Yeah.
And you have to be okay with stillness. You don't have to always be moving.
Yeah.
Right.
And that it keeps coming back to me.
Yeah.
I'm still learning
Still
it.
learning it.
Yes.
I'm still learning it. Like to this day, I'm still learning that, it doesn't have to rush.
Yeah.
Nothing
Don't have to
has
rush.
be
I
rushed.
love
Yes.
This was just.
Yeah, it's all God's timing.
Yeah,
Like I tell myself
everything.
that every
Divine
single
timing.
day, everything is in divine timing. It's God's timing. And I even tell myself, on some things that I have to wait for, if I've experienced something before.
Right.
And I'm wanting it again. And I'm waiting. I'm like, why am I waiting? When it's going to be my turn?
Yeah.
God heard my cries the first time when it didn't work. So the next time, he know what you need. So that's why you wait.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I'm comfortable in waiting.
I love it. I love it. Love
Wow.
Jackie,
Y'all,
thank
listen,
you
we
so
are-
much.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Today was just.
It was amazing.
Wow.
An
Honestly,
amazing conversation.
right. It just
Yeah.
felt like I just wanted to just listen. I just
Yes.
wanted to be here. And like I said, I'm present.
You have to come back.
However,
Absolutely.
She like, cheer up a
so
little.
many more questions. I might have to just call you on the side.
That's
because-
fine. I'm open. I'm
Yes.
open. Yeah, I'm definitely open. But I just want to thank you all for having me.
Of course.
This was something I never thought I would do.
I love it.
And you did amazing.
Amazing.
I was very, very nervous because,
Yeah.
like I said, I don't like talking about myself. But this is a part of, my
Healing.
surrender
Healing.
journey. So I really appreciate you guys being a part of it.
Yeah.
Of
Thank
course.
you so much.
Thank
Of
you, thank you,
course.
thank you.
Are we able to do a divine note? Or?
I'm going to close it out.
Yeah, I don't know if we
No divine notes today.
Like, God. Okay.
I'm sorry, but we will see you all in our next episode. We hope that you enjoyed this very powerful conversation. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff. And we'll see you on next time.
Thank you all for watching. We'll see you all soon.
Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode. Remember to subscribe, like, and share, and follow us on all social media platforms.